What's up, champions? Midterms, papers, deadlines. It's a busy time, I know. Hang in there and know that Jesus is interceding on your behalf. We've talked about what grace is and what it means to be empowered by grace. Today, the topic is grace applied. When I'm finished, you should know how grace can directly affect your everyday life. Life after high school, it's a tough time for a lot. You're fighting maturity, fighting peer pressure, fighting sexual temptations, fighting the popular opinion, just fighting to fit in. Some don't believe the person you currently are is good enough. You question, can I maintain this Christian walk any longer? I've been walking in purity and I'm ready to just give it up. Some of you see life passing you by and you feel like you're missing out. For some of you, school is a beast, while for others, the decision whether to pledge or not to pledge is eating you alive. Some are desperate for a boyfriend, while others are tired of being the only one living for Christ and not seeing the benefits. All those thoughts are natural. Remember Isaiah 64:6. It starts with, "We are all infected and impure with sin." I've had many of the same feelings that I mentioned. I don't wake up every day wanting to be a Christian. Some days I feel like, man, God, is this really worth it? But that's when we have to remember the grace of God. Romans 6:1-2 says, "Well then, should we keep on sinning so that God can show us more and more of His wonderful grace? Of course not. Since we have died to sin, how can we continue to live in it?" Grace is the divine influence upon the heart and the divine reflection in your life. Grace empowers you to be loving, pure, self-disciplined, abstinent, to be different. Grace empowers you to be a divine reflection of Jesus Christ on the earth. 2 Corinthians 12:7-9, Paul mentions a thorn in his flesh, which was given to him by Satan. He asked God to remove this thorn, and God said to Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." So think of the thorns that you have, all those temptations that are pulling at you, the desires to give in. Then listen to God tell you, "Son, daughter, I understand it's hard. I understand you have desires. You have temptations. You feel as though you're the only one. But know that my grace is sufficient. I excel in your weaknesses. Let me sustain you when you're ready to drop out of school. Let me sustain you when you're ready to settle with someone that's less than God's best. Let me sustain you when you're ready to succumb to sexual temptation." His grace is sufficient. God's divine influence in your life is sufficient. He's graced you with the ability to be His child. I love you. I bless you, and I pray that this encourages you.